Looks like for anyone that was watching the old stream, I lost power for like 10 seconds. So literally just like a few seconds I lost power. I don't even know what happened. Didn't blow a fuse or nothing. It just, I don't know, power just cut off for a second. It's not good. Anyways, though, we are back. Let me get everything set up again. Um, we'll get everything going. Been going back. That is weird, though, that happened. But anyways, I'm not going to make a re-announcement. We were only live for a few hours. Y'all should get the notification anyways. I'm streaming. But yeah, we are back. Don't know quite what happened. It's not looking like it's storming outside, so I don't really know a possibility for why the power was cut off. But we're getting back to it, though. Loading the world back up. Tell your dad to friend me. I'm Explosive NG. You should be able to join right now. I'm on. Okay, so just set me back here. Anyways, as I was saying before the power cut off and rudely interrupted me, there's been a lot of buildings that I am planning on restoring. And this is going to be the great restoration season. I have been, just like after the Kamchatka server, basically all of my builds were up to standard to like this, right? This house it was a tutorial house. This building wasn't. I'm not going to lie, I did build this just purely out of my own, out of my own genius. But, no, what was I going to say? But a lot of, Kamchatka was structured, and that server was really, I feel like, a breath of fresh air. Not everyone was a fan of it, but it really did just get to show me that, like, with a clean slate, if you do everything right. Oh, okay, that's weird. Let me send you an invite. What? Players in. Why can I not invite people to play? Wait, why is it showing two of me? What? That is weird. Explosive NG, invite to game. That might have, see if that did anything. You were able to join last time. If not, I hope some world setting didn't get ticked on or whatever. Anyways, though, but Kamchatka was like a very structured server. It was a very structured, everything was built to code. Everything was, everything was solid. And did you set the world up weird? No, sometimes that happens with Minecraft. You gotta just like, I don't know. There's been times where I've like, I don't know. I honestly don't know why that happens. Are you still not able to get on? Okay, people, friend requests. Yeah, okay, Spampton. I guess, bro. Inchies, invite to game. Send you like 10 invites. See if that did anything. Whatever, wait, what did he say? Whatever, I'm streaming Fallout New Vegas right now. I've never really been a big fan of Fallout. Are you still not able to join? If not, I'm gonna have to go onto the other PC and, like, look at the world setting real quick, if you can't join. But anyways, so we got a lot to do on today's stream. I'm thinking, honestly, because, like, there's just not really a ton of good-looking buildings. Like, this, this is solid. This house right here is, yeah, it's something. I guess, bro. The interior of this house is not bad at all. Like, the interior is solid. This is just horrible, bro. Like, I don't know. There's just a ton of buildings on the server. Like, dude, like, what is this, bro? Good for me that all of Germany is a blank slate. Yeah, and like that's kind of the thing is I feel like, a lot of people on this server, some people, they see all these buildings and they get super motivated. And then for some people, it kind of does the opposite, where it kind of just, it overwhelms people and they sort of think like, oh, this is just too much work. And I feel like for a while that was me. I would get on the server and I would just see everything that needed to be done, and I would just sort of like, I would get overwhelmed in a way. But I honestly, after having done Kamchatka and realizing really what I can build and like what I'm capable of, like, dude, I am super motivated. So this whole server, the entire USSR is going to get redone. Like, I am going to transform my country into the greatest nation this server has ever seen. There is going to be a ton of building that is going to be happening. A ton of buildings getting redone. I will say, there is a lot of people on the server. They get on and they say, well, I want to redo this or I want to redo that. Okay, wait, side note. What is this, bro? Dude, what the heck? I just find some obsidian box in the middle of nowhere. Was this one of the devil fruits? I remember we had the busted third generation. I think it was. Yeah, we had like a busted third generation devil fruit. We don't talk about those, bro. Dude, Chicken Doritos, old base, bro. I remember when Chicken Dorito, like, okay, he had admin or someone had admin. And I remember he had this base right here. He was trying to claim this thing is hidden. It's literally just in South Poland. He built this base, right? Took him a minute to build. And for some odd reason, some admin got on and like moved spawn to this base. And like overnight, everyone just graved it. I don't even know how spawn got set there. That's like never happened before. That was like, I don't even know, bro. But spawn got moved there and like he just abandoned it, and we had to like move his base a billion blocks out. And then everyone found that, so it doesn't matter. What is that? Wasn't that old base structure from like a couple thousand? Yeah, no. It was actually originally there. But then we had to structure block it because he claimed admin abuse as to how it was found. What is this? Dude, I'm telling you, it was these stupid devil fruits, bro. Someone was fiddling around with them. Anyways, though, we are currently looking for a spruce forest, though, because we need to chop some spruce trees down. We are in a spruce forest right now, but I want to go to unclaimed land just because I don't want to be deforesting other people's countries. We're just going to go a bit further down south and find a spruce forest. That base is not... Dude, I don't even know, like... I mean, he was trying to make it seem like it was some secret base. And I'm like, bro, it is in South Poland. This is not a secret base. It's this giant, sticks out like a sore thumb, looks like a spaceship. I'm like, bro, you're stupid if you think that thing's not going to get found. The spawn point getting set there was obviously something weird. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's going to, help people find it, I guess. But either way, that's getting found. The road is like 100 blocks from the base. The Polish Imperial Highway, like at the time, the only road on the server, is like right next to that base. What on earth? Dude, when did this get here? There is a water cube. This is why I like playing this server. I just get on and stuff like this just appears out of nowhere. You don't question it, There's just a chunk of water in the sky, I guess. Bro. That's all you could say, bro. Didn't I show you? No, bro, that's another one. There's a second one. I've never seen that one before, ever. Like, there is a actual giant, like, water cube I've seen that's like, near... It's, like, in the southern Japan waters, kind of out that way. No, I've never seen that one before. Oh yeah, also, so regarding Japan, I just want to say, obviously, we have immense and deep respect for cyber. So because of that, there's going to be some stuff happening to Japan. So here's what's going to happen. Pay attention, get your notepad out. Basically, Japan is the largest country as of right now. They dethroned Poland in terms of size. Poland shrunk or whatever. Anyways, not important right now. Japan has a ton of colonial territory. I mean, a lot of colonial territory. And because of that, I don't really think it's fair from a server play standpoint, and just from a perspective of really how the server is going to function, to just allow Japan to sort of exist as like, okay, they own most of the world and most of it's colonial and undeveloped and was acquired near sort of the back end of cyber playing on the server. You know, and so we are going to keep the Japan mainland, the Japan capital island. All of that is going to stay. All of that is going to stay Japanese. We're going to put that as, you know, no one can touch this land. It's going to have grief protection. And that will be memorialized. Like, that is, you know, out of respect for Cyberfire, we all will respect and upkeep. And, you know, that is like sort of international, like, you know, a sort of international monument to Cyberfire will be his country. But regarding the extended colonial territories, they will be divided. Probably not a ton, because if we can find a leader for Japan, which I'm only going to let people that were friends with Cyber, like someone that Cyber would want to lead his country, be the successor. But we're not just going to say, all right, divide up Japan, it doesn't exist anymore. There will sort of be a memorial of Japan, but then there will actually be a neo-functional Japan, I guess you could say. And I'm honestly thinking someone like Uwished or someone like Paj, you know, someone that was friends of Cyber and did have a similar vision for the server, would be able to keep it going. So, you know, I'll get in contact with them and I'll just sort of, you know, figure something up. But Japan as a country is not going to go away. We're going to keep it going. You know, it was for a second the strongest country on the server. It is the largest country right now. However, I do think it is fair that Japan still keep a lot, you know, still keep its, you know, its heartland, a lot of its southern territories, but, you know, regarding like Alaska and regarding the just very fringe colonial, you know, kind of acquired through shady means, whatever, that will be returned to other countries. So most likely, I'd have to take a look at the map, but it's probably going to be like, you know, Germany, maybe a teeny bit of the USSR getting some of its territory back. Nothing really much, though. Probably like Germany, Poland, and Italy, or maybe Greenland and Afghanistan. So basically everyone. No, I'm kidding. But Japan had a ton of territory, like a ton of colonial lands. So basically, if we'll probably draw like a line, and anything north of that line will, you know, as long as there is not a massive Japanese development on it, we will probably return it. Like, for example, there was nothing on Alaska. Alaska was a not corrupt purchase, but it was like Rex just gave Cyber Alaska, and it was I don't even think the Japanese flags are even on Alaska. It was really claimed only in sort of on paper, but it really was not administered, or nothing was done to it. And similarly, like some of its southern colonies, you know, again, there was just no Japanese presence on it. But the southern continent, the Japan capital island, obviously Japan itself, that is all going to remain under its territory. But again, some of the more fringe kind of, you know, out there territory will be returned to the countries it either belong to or that border it. I cannot find a giant taiga biome. Like, I found spruce biomes, but we're looking for the ones that have the quadruple trees. You know what I'm talking about? This would make a fire country. It's outside the bounds of claimable land, but if this was like at spawn, bro, some mountain, bro, this would make a sick military base, bro. See, you know, I like New World Generation when this happens, but I don't like it when it is just non-stop mountain. Like, there's a difference between I have a mountain island versus there's just mountain, you know. Don't give Uish a country. That's what Enchis was saying. No, I want to give Enchis a country. Don't give Uish. I just said his name. No, I'm going to give Uwished a country for sure, because that's the thing is Uwished is probably the person that was the most aligned with Cyber. He was in the, you know, the sort of power trio, I guess you could say. He was a close friend to Cyber for a minute, and I feel like, you know, a lot of Japan, there is a lot of influence Uwished had on it. And, you know, again, Uwished is someone that, you know, he's not, like, extremely active regarding the server and everything, but he would be a good successor for Japan, him or Paj. Most definitely. And then we will also probably have to get a leader for Poland. I'm thinking when we return to the server, it's going to kind of go, like, Balk gets Italy again. You know, Spampton gets Russia. Sweden's under Seabass. I got the USSR. Japan is either going to be Paj or You Wished. And then whatchamacallit. Really, the only two countries that are ambiguous are Afghanistan and Poland. Afghanistan, like, Rex did own Afghanistan, so if he wants it back, he can have it back. But if not, I think we'll get someone pretty quickly to fill back in for Afghanistan. Poland is really the only country, back to the giant Polish question of, like, who gets Poland? Literally since Chicken Dorito, you know, like, just dipped on us all, no one's, you know, I want to say this now. Dangerous Heart, yeah, he owned Poland, but he was not really the successor of Poland, you know? Dangerous Heart was more like a filler. He really did a lot of damage to Poland, but, like, we have not really had a leader of Poland since Chicken Dorito. There was that Tonto guy that led it for a minute. Tonto, I'm not even going to lie, Tonto was not a bad leader because Tonto was a very good PvPer and he was very aggressive. And he definitely he upheld Poland's integrity, but you would just need someone that's like really what Poland needs right now is a Cyberfire. It needs someone that is going to come on and develop it and is going to be very diplomatic and very, dude, this is a fire base spot, bro. Imagine setting a tower there and then having like a bridge going here. That's sick. Okay, we're 10,000 blocks out and we can't find a big taiga biome. Like, this is stupid. It's supposed to be one of the most common biomes. Anyways, Alaska used to be Germany, but I lost it because You Wished. Well, yeah, You Wished owned Jungos. Yeah, the whole process of that happening is, whatchamacallit, You Wished sold, or no, I remember what happened. Whatchamacallit, he didn't sell it. So when You Wished quit the server, so there was a minute You Wished just quit. We literally couldn't even get in contact with him. Hadn't been active for a long time, and we decided that Jungos was going to get partitioned. We couldn't find anyone to lead Jungos. There was not really a significant, I guess you could say, political will to keep Jungos going. And so Alaska, which was won during the German Jungos War, ended up going to Japan because that was like the closest ally to You Wished. There is some weird glitch mega taiga in northwest Alaska. Yeah, there's some corrupted chunks up there I've seen. I was just trying to find some in unclaimed land, but then I just kept going and going and going, and now I'm like, I just went 10,000 blocks, bro. I can't just not stop now. Like, this isn't a big taiga. Like, these are all the small trees. Like, this is going to take forever. I need stacks of spruce. Anyways, though. But yeah, goals for the stream. Maybe let's try and get 2 buildings redone. That'll be the goal we set. And we just are not finding any big taiga trees. Oh, invite you? Yeah, let me see. It actually might have... Okay. Yeah, because Spampton was able to join. That's weird. Why are you not able to join? Okay, if that doesn't work, if you cannot join after I sent you the invite, tell me and I'll ask my dad. Like, I'll go to his computer and I'll add you and I'll see if you can join. Go ahead. If that doesn't work, type your MC username in chat so I can add you. Okay, yeah, we just can't find a mega taiga. That's stupid. Like, really dumb. Anyways, though. Oh, is it something up there? No, dude, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of spruce wood right here, but it is 10 times faster getting the quadruple trees that are like massive versus just these small little sticks. I mean, I already have some spruce wood. I don't know. I may just TP back to spawn and start rebuilding. Should we? Yeah, I think we're just gonna go back to spawn. Yeah, I'm not getting it. All right, okay. I'm gonna TP back to spawn, and then I'm gonna get on the computer and then see what's going on. All right, give me a second. Let me fly somewhere. Oh yeah, but also map expansion. No, we're not gonna do a map expansion. That's the thing. Real quickly before I get on the computer, I do just want to explain. The map is set to where it is, sort of by coincidence because that's where all the countries were, but it is a pretty big map when you think about it. It's about 3,000 radius, so it's about 6 by 6K, roughly. And the thing is, we still have unclaimed land. We have the vast majority is undeveloped, unclaimed, and unused. Like, there is a lot of cities, but like really the entire south, sort of south of like Afghanistan, like if you exclude Japan, there's basically nothing there. A lot of the mesa and a lot of the north is like undeveloped. The western continent is not even fully claimed yet and is not developed. The eastern, province, like the eastern lands are really nothing there. So there is, a ton of development to go. I'm not saying a map expansion will never happen, but we need to get to a point where territory is developed enough, all lands are claimed, and there is also like starting to be fights over land before we consider a map expansion. Let me go figure out what's going on in Cheese, and then I'll get back on. I'm gonna mute real quick and go AFK for a second. All right, you should be able to get on now, Inchies. My dad accepted the follow request and went in and sent you an invite. Let me boot the stream chat back up again. But no, we're probably not going to do a map expansion anytime soon, really. There's still, I mean, there is really a lot of unclaimed land. You'd be surprised. All right, try and join. Also, now that we're back, there he is. Okay, so now that we're back, we're gonna. So I'm kind of starting here. There's barely any land in the east because Vendaya got cut out of the map. No, here, let me look at the map real quick. There's quite a bit of land in the east when you really think about it. Ton of islands in the east. Let's see. Favorites, or no, just gotta go to the Discord. Vendaya is still big though. That's the thing. I think I own Vendaya right now. Map and timeline. Who owns Vendaya? I think I do. Yeah, Vendaya's Soviet. Well, Vendaya actually was even further east than you think it is, but the original spot for Vendaya, like Spot had a base. Like there is still, okay, there's a little bit of land in the east unclaimed. There's a small like island peninsula chunk, but I mean when you really look at the east, like you also got to think about the southeast, you got to think about eastern Italy, like there is still a ton of land like sort of east of Greenland cities. There's just nothing. Like the entire east of the map is completely underdeveloped. I'm still seeing land like in the very southeastern corner. Even in the southwestern corner, the western continent still has a lot of unclaimed land. And then, I mean, even regarding development, a ton of it's empty, too. So, I don't know. We got a long way to go. I would say, honestly, whatchamacallit, definitely, like, regarding map expansion, Probably once all land's claimed, probably once we get, I would say, twice the development we have right now, then I'll think about it. You forgot about that German city in the northeast. Well, yeah, but that's really about it. I mean, honestly, that's about it. Okay, furnace room right here. So, should we redo this? I'm kind of thinking, because, like, I'm kind of, when I do furnace rooms, I almost have, like, sort of a design I want to follow. Or sort of like a theme, I guess. I don't know if I want to do this or if I want to redo another one of the, like, houses first. I honestly might knock this thing down and face it this way. We'll start with this one first. But since this has deny blocks, I have to go in creative and knock the deny block. Why was this thing even deny blocked? I should have just had a sign that said, like, hey, you'll do me a favor if you blow this thing up anyways. Like, I look at the old USSR and I'm just like, bro, what was I doing, bro? Like, well, I started off and the USSR was just a square. It was like this one city-state with the city and walls and everything. And then we just kept expanding, and there really was no plan for the USSR. Like, that's the thing. For a country like Japan, Japan started off, like, with a plan, and it was empty, and it was, you know, like, I mean, it was just this, like, frontier. And it's like, dude, the USSR started off as, like, a city-state, and basically just kept, you know, slowly expanding, and the plan kept constantly changing, and it's like, you know, the vision for the USSR, there was never one vision. It was always just, you know, it was constantly changing. Okay, we'll set up, and we need to redo this like road right here. I hate this tile design. It's not terrible. I just don't like the blocks and the color palette either. Like the tile look is not really too bad, I think, for right here. But I think it's on its way out. We need to redo it. Okay, so we're gonna knock all this out. Yeah. Dude, these houses have been here for a while, bro. I remember I named this city Stalingrad, and I'm like, dude, this is probably the worst city I think I've, like, ever done, bro. I mean, this genuinely was put together in one day, and it was, like, barely even a day. I think I built this entire city in, like, maybe 2 hours, maybe an hour. It did not take any time at all. Like, all the buildings were just a complete copy off each other. It was terrible, bro. Okay. But I will say, you know, for anyone wanting to redo their country, or for anyone wanting to, you know, sort of restore it, do not do the Rex. I can't remember if it was Rex or who was it. Yeah, it was Rex. Don't do the Rex thing where you go to a country and you tear the entire thing up and then redo it. That's stupid, dude. Just do one building at a time. Do sections, because, like, when you just tear the entire thing up, it's like, then what happens if you don't rebuild it? You know, it's just, I don't know. What's up, Inchies? Still got a little bit of the foundation kind of left here. Oh, did I knock this out too? Who cares? All right. Well, I think this should be good regarding this getting torn up. Okay, so what are we going to do here? I think we're going to have this facing this way. I don't want these to be identical. This, you know, the roof is doing too much. You know, the roof is just kind of a bit too flashy. So I think I'm going to do like a similar palette. I think we'll probably do like a whatchamacallit. We'll make it similar to that building over there. We'll take the palette of this one, but with the roof of that one, and maybe have it be just a teeny bit smaller. I'm not too sure. Okay, this thing's got to go, but it's deny blocked, so I got to knock it out. Where's the deny block? There it is. Too many deny blocks everywhere. Okay. All right. So do I want it? I'm kind of thinking if I maybe want to change the position of this a little bit. Uh-oh. Do I have any grass on me? Okay, I have one piece of grass. These stupid strays, I swear it makes me so mad. No matter how much ugly light sources I put in this country, I can never just get rid of strays completely. You know, there is no biome on the server, I think, that you just can get rid of strays. It's like they, or no, wait, okay, that doesn't make any sense. There is no biome where, like, strays are that much of a problem. It's, or not even strays, sorry, mobs. Like, dude, just word salad, bro. Just mobs in general, like, strays are like an actual pest. It's genuinely so annoying. It makes it hard to build in the snow. All right. And then we also got to redo all of Basilisk, too. That's going to be a task. Really, if I can get mainland USSR and Basilisk done in, like, 3 weeks, I'd be really happy with that. I think if I move at a pace of, like, 2 buildings at a time, you can knock it out pretty quick. Roads don't really take that long to do. But I just kind of want everything standardized. I don't really want, you go to one, half of a city and it like looks, I mean, it's all equally ugly, but it just, it's like I want it all to be kind of built to the same, similar road design, all the houses have like mailboxes, the similar light sources, like, you go through and it's like the roads are all different materials and everything, and it's really tacky looking. Okay, we need to knock this out too, right here. Just completely get rid of this. Let's see. What goes here? I think this goes here. Alright, we need a little bit of dirt. I will say, on that other server, I had building materials everywhere. Like, I had a very, like, structured storage. And that is one thing that made the Kamchatka server really easy, is I had one storage building, and I would purposely make more spare parts. Like, let's say I needed 20 fences for something. I would make a stack of fences and then put the excess in a chest. So it's like there was times where I could just build like a giant building completely out of scratch, because I would just look in the chest and be like, all right, we already have, a ton of excess materials. And it's like on this server, I'm just, I have a ton of riches. Like everyone is very rich on this server, but there really is not a lot of like mats on this server, I feel like. Okay, we'll lay it here. Do we want to have the same like framing? Or can we do something different? What if we have oak? What if we do like an oak frame? Okay. I'll go here. Let's see, how wide is that? That is, okay, that's even right there. We'll have a double door. Actually, let's move this forward. I think we'll move the. Nah, I'll keep it centered. I'll keep it centered right here. Okay, 2 wide here. Do we want it the same length, or can it go a little longer? First of all, what even is this building going to be? I have no clue. We could just make it a normal house. See, I don't want to make it the same dimensions, because then it's going to have to be like the same kind of, it's going to almost be an expectation that it's like the same build. Why is this even here, bro? Dude, I remember this trench was dug during like a war, and it's just never been filled in. I don't even remember what we were using this thing for. Trench was in one battle. I'm surprised Broken Colt hasn't respawned. I really am too. Dude, he DM'd me and like called me the N-word a ton of times and just was like trolling, but besides that, I haven't really heard from him. Okay, we'll go all the way to here. We'll go up. Typically, I go about up 4. So up 4, let's see. 4. Yeah, that's up 4, okay. I just want to see how oak would look, because I've done, or do I want to, let's see, what if I strip it? Man, I don't know. Nah, we'll stick to spruce. What about dark oak? Ooh. See, once I get going on a house, I can get it done quick, but it's really the initial like inspiration for me that takes forever. Okay, let me grab a stack of dark oak real quick. Okay, how would dark oak look? Let me just get one pillar up. Okay, hear me out on this one. You do dark oak, and then you have a spruce fill, like you have spruce walls. Let's see, okay. Spruce walls. Like let me get a feel for this real quick. Do I like the way that looks? What do we do for the roof? I think, what did I do over there? Yeah, we could just do spruce and then, nah, I don't need, like, debating. Can we make this palette work right here? Like, I think it sort of does work, but also it's just, I don't know. Dark oak's just a bit dark, you know? Debating. All right, you know what? I'll try and make it work. I'll try and make it. We'll get some uniquity. Wait, what did I just say? Uniqueness. And you basically, you know, anyone that does anything out of just solid logs, it's like, bro, people, there's too many griefers. It's going to get stripped. There's just no way to do anything out of like an actual log design. You got to build it with the intention in mind that every piece of wood, someone is just going to strip it just to mess with you. All right. So I think if we do this as like a frame, I can live with that. All right, now we got to figure out what to do for the roof. What are we feeling, chat? Keep them banned. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Broken Colt is like, I don't know. Part of me, you know, kind of does in a way, like, you know, I do kind of miss Broken Colt, like, in the sense of like, you know, the 5 seconds when he would actually do something, but then you just realize it's like, wait, he was doing like nothing for the server, so it's like, I don't know. Do I need to go up another one? Okay, well, if the roof comes up like that, I'm trying to think. Would that be too low? Like I put a... Nah, we can make it work. Okay, let's do that. Bro, hop off. Let's see. One thing that actually has helped me a ton is doing the roof like almost first. Like I do the very basic frame first and then doing the roof really, I don't know, something about knocking the roof out really gets the whole structure like there. I guess if that makes any sense, it sort of speeds it up for me in a way. Okay. Holy old world. Jacob! Chat! Clip it, chat! Dude. That's like that's like a shiny Pokemon. That's like, you know, the people that they're like resetting their DS all the time trying to get a shiny Pokemon and they've been at it for like 2 weeks and then they finally get a shiny. You know, that's like my reaction to seeing Shikib. It's like 10 years later, I'm like, oh my god! He's returned. Dude, what is up, Shikib, bro? What is Shikib been up to, bro? What's the Australian menace been doing? Did that zombie just drop a red mushroom? It's the #1 sea bass slave? Alright, bro. Dude, Shikib was the only thing keeping Chicken Dorito out of Sweden for a minute, bro. You can't even lie, bro. Shikib saved the Warsaw Pact, bro. Like, you know, Seabass funded all of our wars. Shikib low-key was like the muscle for keeping out a ton of invasion. Let me join that world. I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, right now it's on a private world right now. It's not set up on the server. So if you're friends with me or you're friends with my dad's account, Star Wyvern, you should be able to low-key hop on. Let me see. I don't know. If you're not, like, if you can't join, just go ahead and DM me, or not DM, just send your username in YouTube chat, and I'll go and I'll find it, and I'll add you. I think I am. All right, we'll go ahead and check real quick. Boom. Dang, that's a lot of stairs. Dude, these strays actually piss me off so much, bro. Also, chat, I got a question for y'all. Y'all think piss is a swear word, bro? Like that's something that's like so like weird, but I've been like getting into debates with people about this. Like it's like a 50-50 split. I got some people that are like, no, it's not, and some people that are like, no, it isn't. Or no, it is. And I'm like, I don't know. I've like never, you know, I never even thought about it. I didn't even think piss was like people even considered that a swear word. But I've like had a lot of people recently where like I've been like, do you think it is? And they're like, yeah, bro. Like, it's, people will be like, it's not like a bad one. But I'm like, what? You consider piss? Like, dude, what? I don't know, bro. People are weird. Dude, why are these? I swear, like, these things just don't even burn. Oh, it's because this stupid road right here. Yeah. Try and join Shika, but if not, just send your Minecraft username in chat, and I'll have to get on the PC and add you. All right. Roof's looking a lot better. Like, this roof is not bad, but this building I think should have been bigger to sort of accommodate it. I just like the, this is just a real simple roof right here. Okay, now what is the roof fill gonna be? Like, what are all the shingles gonna be made of? Hmm. I feel like oak may contrast a bit too much. I don't know. What about dude? What about birch? Oh my gosh, how bad is this gonna look? Yeah, birch does not fit at all. Yeah, sometimes you gotta experiment a little bit just to see. You'll get some things that you'll get some odd little matches sometimes that'll fit. I want to do spruce, but like there's already going to be a lot of spruce like palleting. Let me try oak. Let me see if oak fits. Oak's not terrible. Maybe I could do a deep slate. Honestly, hold on. Okay, I know I'm like gonna cheat for a second, but let me like test cobbled deep slate. Ooh, wait, hold on. Fill this in a little bit. Cobbled deep slate does look pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. What else is there even to do? Polished deep slate doesn't really fit. Deep slate. I don't want to copy the same roof like over here. Cobblestone. I've seen people do Let's see. Yo, that's not even bad. Actually, we're gonna do cobblestone. Okay, cobblestone roof it is. Cobblestone stairs. I like that. Dude, I mean, it's infinitely better than whatever whatever that is. Okay, do I have, no, I don't. I'm gonna have to go to this little mine right here. Also, this building, this can't even be redone. This has to be nuked. Like, there actually has to be, like, a Hiroshima level bomb dropped on whatever this is, bro. Who even thought of this? But this was not me. I've never been drunk in my life before, but, like, I would have had to have been drunk to build this. Can I structure block copy an island that your dad stole from me? My dad stole an island from you? Okay, I'm gonna need a bit more than that. Like, what? Like, is there something on the island? Is it far away? Is it, like, what are we talking about here? My dad stole an island from you? Are you sure he didn't just put a house or something on some island he didn't know Germany owned? Or did he actually, I don't know, bro. Dude, it's just some random island. Get over it. Let's see. All right, that should be enough. Well, I don't know. I may get a little bit more than that. A little bit. I'll just go ahead and get 3 stacks. Make it an even 3. All right. Fill this in. Get the roof done. Yeah, this building right here. It just, dude. Why did I do jungle wood? I don't even know, bro. I don't know what I was thinking when I built this city. That's like most of the server. Like, what was I thinking? Building. What was going through my head while I was building this? I remember, it's real funny. I remember when Thanos' Chunky first got on the server, and so the USSR, like I'll give you all a little history lesson real quick. Basilisk at one point was the most developed country on the server, right? It had the most buildings, had the most activity, and it's because there used to be something called the XP exploit. It was basically where you would set up a furnace with a hopper. It's actually still there, believe it or not, but they patched it. Like, you could basically get like 30 levels from smelting one potato. It was this broken exploit, and really no one on the server had a functional XP thing that worked very good. Like, people would grief each other's, not everyone's was good. But Basilisk had an XP farm going. You could get to level 40, like, in one potato smelted. So Basilisk, they set up on Mount Alars, and they attracted a ton of people. Like, there was a while where Basilisk was one of the most populated, had the most development. Like, I mean, it was crazy. Like, Basilisk was doing really good. Everyone was hanging out in Basilisk on that mountain right over there called Mount Alars. Mostly because of the XP thing. You come in, you get 1,000,000 levels. They got an enchanting table set up. They got and you're on this cool mountain. Like, it was so chill. And I remember, to get Basilisk's independence, the USSR had to fight for it. Like, it used to be under a country called the Nether Empire. And I remember I fought for Basilisk. The first leader didn't really do anything with the country. Then Thanos took over, and he did a lot for Basilisk. He built Mount Alars. And I remember thinking, I'm like, you know what? To repay Thanos' chunky, I'm going to get on and I'm going to build cities in Basilisk. Like, almost as like a thank you to, him developing it and for, everything Basilisk has been doing. And who is that? What? Who in the world is I Am Dream? Who on earth is this? Bro, who is this guy? What? I've never heard of this guy before. Anyways. So yeah, no. But anyway, to repay Basilisk, I'm like, all right, I'm going to build all these cities. Thanos gets on. That's a random. You can, I think that's a random. You can kick him. I think so. Peaceful. I don't know. Bub, nice. I just want to play. Bro, what? He gets on and nukes the server. I guess, bro. But anyway, I get on and I build this for Thanos. The roads were dirt, actually. These roads were just redone, bro. I build this for Thanos, bro. And he gets on, and I'm like, I'm like, I built a city for you, Thanos. And Thanos has to look me in the eye and be like, yay. And I'm like, bro, I am so sorry. I literally single-handedly probably stunted Basilisk's growth by just getting on and filling most of the country with the most buns cities and towns you've ever seen. And it's like, dude, USSR single-handedly built and ruined Basilisk all in one. But it needs to be redone. That's long story short. I'm not going to touch Mount Alars. I may just kind of polish up the roads on Mount Alars a little bit, but yeah, Basilisk 100%. Most of the Levi buildings need a redo. What the heck? All right. Okay. All right, that looks solid. Okay, let's get the walls and everything filled in. I'm pretty sure I still own that strip of land on the BDR. Yeah, I think you do. Oh, breaker, killer. Dude, is this like a 5-year-old, bro? Can't even type right. There's like a 2-year-old. I ain't going to break to steal nothing. It's like, bro, what? I guess, bro. Yeah, no, I actually did fly by there not too long ago. You still do own that strip of land. Still is making Seabass mad to this day that we did that. It was so stupid. I'm not even going to lie. That was the dumbest thing. I remember getting on the server one day, and like a lot of countries, when they were first established, like for example, when Poland was first established, Poland was under a country called Frostland, right? Sweden still owns that one part of Drugland. I think so. Rex was trying to claim that Sweden gave it to Afghanistan, but I think on the map it still is Swedish territory. Can you try to invite me? Hey, send your Minecraft username in chat, Shekeb, so I can invite you. Because I don't know if I'm friends with you. It's technically under my dad's server right now. Or it's under my Shekeb claps. Okay, all right, I saw it. Let me get on his computer real quick. This kid reminds me of one of those South Asian kids I used to see on Lifeboat. Yeah, you have me added. Same thing happened to Inchies. He wasn't able to join. Okay, try now. Just try and join real quick. If you can't join, I'm gonna have to add you from my dad's PC. Nah, but what was I gonna say? Um, but nah, yeah, bro. I remember like a lot of countries were founded back in the day, and the founding, like not founding documents, but the founding like principle, like they would come to me and they would say, okay, Frostland, which used to be what Poland was called, like Frostland is the entire snow biome that borders Spawn, and they would roughly outline it, right? So it didn't really have like a clear, this is the border, and this is why like a lot of countries even now didn't get physical borders until fairly recently, because when that happened, people would say, okay, I claim an entire biome, right? All right, that's all good. But when you claim an entire biome, it's like, okay, well, do you also own all the islands around the biome? Do you own where, like for example, in Poland, the biomes change. It's all tundra, but it's like there's different types of tundra. There's ice spikes, there's this, there's that. It's like, do you still own all of that? And then there was a debate about like, are all the islands owned? Because then if all the islands are owned, do you also own like all the like like how far does it go basically? And I remember, I think I got into a debate with Chicken Dorito because I founded a city. I called it Kaliningrad. That also needs to be redone. But it's an island. I still own it. It's in the very Polish far south. Technically, right now, it's more near Japan, than anything. But I founded Kaliningrad sort of as like a FU to Poland because I'm like, oh, well, this is like so far off your coast, you don't own it. And Chicken Dorito was like, well, that's still tundra. And we got into this whole debate, and basically we as the server ended up coming to the conclusion. I don't remember if we had a court case about it or not, or if we just had like a big public debate over it. But we ended up deciding that countries that had biome claims, you only own the contiguous land of that biome. You don't own every single island off the coast of the biome, and you don't own any like extra extensions. That has to be included, whether with flags or, it has to be included when the country is founded. So when that happened, like there was a giant, like I guess you could say race. Mostly I did it, to just claim a ton of islands. And there's a ton of countries now that have like very weird, like sort of island claims. Like for example, Sweden, the Swedish strip, like the BDR strip, is because BDR had this like discontinued island that is like literally 2 blocks from the coast, and we all claimed it, and like I claimed one strip of it and then I sold a portion of my strip, and like it was just really funny. But that's how that came to be. Okay, it didn't work, Shekeb. All right, I'm gonna get on my dad's PC and invite you real quick. You think I could trade that BDR strip of land for that part of Drugland that Seabass owns? Probably. Because I remember, I think when Rex owned Germany, Rex purposely didn't want to give the strip up. Like, Seabass threw a big fit about the strip, and I think he didn't want to give it up just to make Seabass mad. But all right, Shekeb, I'm going to get on the other PC and invite you real quick. Alright, guys, I am back. We got Shecab added. You should be able to join now. Sorry, I had to get on the other PC. But nah, Seabass really wanted to get that strip back. I think 100% that'd be a very fair trade. I think he would go for it. Okay, let's get the floor. Shecab, bro. This guy. Dude, single-handedly, Shecab is what kept Sweden from falling multiple times. I remember when Shecab killed Slamuri. That was a funny war because we all, like, had barricaded ourselves in this, like, tower. And I was like, all right, guys, we got to hold out to the very last man. I'm like, we just, full of obsidian? Is it enchanted obsidian or is it just regular obsidian? Because I don't know. I mean, it was whatever you were doing last time you got on the server. It's been a minute since you've logged on. If it's enchanted obsidian, it could be because of some, like, I remember, okay, regular. I have no clue, bro. Nothing would have really caused that. Dude, what am I looking for right now? Oh, yeah, something to, like, make the floor out of. What's up, Shekid? I killed his mob, bro. Anyways, what should we do this floor out of? Dude, I don't know who this kid is, bro. Birch, no. I could try and do deep slate top. Well, like the floor, okay, the floor in here, I think, yeah, the floor is cobblestone here, but the roof, we could do like a sort of like inversion. Like the floor here is deep slate tiles, and then I think that'd be kind of neat. I think that'd be neat. Let me pack some of this up. I'll go get a few stacks of deep slate. We got the mine and Jungos. I'll go look for it. But anyways, yeah, there is like technically a ton of land that, got claimed up because like a country didn't own, what do you mean holy loot? In your e-chest? Yeah, there was a ton of countries that didn't own the islands on the coast because they were like a biome claimed country. So that is how the Swedish strip got started. That's how like a lot of Polish islands off the coast didn't get claimed. I will say a lot of Poland's island, like coastal things, like to be fair, I got creative. What? You mean like hacked items? Dude, what do you mean creative mode stuff, bro? What are we talking about, gang? Bro's talking to the police. Oh, I think we have drugs in the car. Yeah, oh, dude, I remember having these drugs. Like, bro. Dude, Shekeb is not very bright. Oh, yeah, it was like the light blocks and all that stuff. Oh, yeah, I remember the tournaments. What's up? Oh, who is Mart? Dude, who is this guy, bro? Alright. Let's get back to the USSR. What's up? What's up, Martinez? But nah, yeah. We need to restore a lot, though, for sure. I want to, like, at least this season, I got kind of some goals. I want to turn this into a stadium. I don't want this to be the Soviet Capitol building. I want to make this like an arena. I want to turn that into an arena. I don't know if I want to knock these. I don't think I want to knock them down. Like they're so ugly looking, but they're just massive, and they've been here since like day one. So it's like I don't know. It's kind of too late in the game to knock those down. So, but yeah, there's just like a lot of stuff that really we do need to redo. Okay, stone bricks look pretty good. Could the return of Shekeb mean Carlson independence? Potentially. How do you feel about that, Shekeb? Independent Khalsa? Check this out. Hold on. I'm doing the floor in here. Dude, I remember when I asked, I asked, what was his name? Oh, yeah, I remember all this. Dude, this is low-key buns because of the thorns, though. You can't even lie. This elytra is the only, like, good thing. Yeah, the magma cream, I think, was, like, an emperor thing. The deep slate, the structure block, slicer slice. That's just, wait, this is vanilla, what? Slowness 4. Okay, emeralds. Yeah, I remember having a lot of emeralds. There's a lot of people that they went on a giant emerald grind. There was like an arms race for who had the most emeralds, because there was a minute where I remember like I was only trading materials and emeralds because I was like I had a villager base set up, and so I would make war kits because you could basically make a war kit purely with just emeralds. Like all your materials would come from villagers. Really, the only thing that was missing was just XP. So there was like a minute where people were really rushing to get emeralds, and then it just inflated the emerald economy. Um, and now everyone has emeralds. Nah, I'm gonna make the doors on the inside. Like people just got way too much too quick. Okay, we need panes now. Okay, we have a little bit of panes. I'll set up. Where do I want these windows? I think I'll go like two here, two here. Yeah, it's not gonna be much. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like my houses having like a ton of windows on them. Could I go up? How does this look? I wanna. How are we feeling about that? That's actually not terrible. I'm gonna do that. But we do need more glass, which I have glass. I think at like a secret base, but I'm not gonna TP there. That is a lot of obsidian. Let me go get some glass. I'll just find a furnace or something and smelt it all. Oh my gosh, there's a stack of sand in a chest just waiting for us. Okay, furnace room. Oh. I found your secret base. Dude, which one, bro? I got a new one, bro. Dude, if you're talking about the factory, the main one, yeah. That already got griefed and found, bro. It's been a minute since you've been on, Shekeb. Things have changed. The 100K, yeah, no, that one already got found. Yeah, I remember, like, okay, and this is still something that I'm going to debate a ton. I remember Cyber and me, like, we would TP to each other's base because we had admins, so we'd all be going to each other's bases. But there was, like, a rule among the admins that, hey, if you TP to someone's base, like, you didn't find it legitimately, so it's sort of off limits to go grief it or to go try and find it because it's like, hey, you already know the coordinates. But allegedly Cyber and YouWished were like, let's go find Levi's base, even though, Cyber kind of already knew where it was, and then they found it and griefed it. And I'm just like, too many people had found out about it, and it just became this giant mess, and so I just sort of decided to discontinue the base. But man, that thing produced a ton of war kits and emeralds, and like, basically the entire Soviet economy was just right there in that base. Had a lot of villagers, bro. I had a massive stockpile there too. Tons of wool, tons of golden carrots. Like there was just a lot. I had like 10 shulkers just full of glass. Like it was just random stuff that I would stockpile. But I do miss that base quite a bit. It was a bit too far though. That was the only downside to it, is it was just like annoyingly far and very just hard to get to. Okay, we need to take that out and put coal in there. Iron nugget. Okay, yeah, we're gonna craft some lanterns. I need to be getting copper lanterns. That's what I need to do, but I have like no copper on me right now, so that's gonna have to wait. Dude, stop giving me this obsidian, bro. I can't even fit it all. I have like nowhere to put. Dude, just put it in a chest or something. Like, I don't want it. There was at one point I did one obsidian, but I have like a full shulker box of like ender chests now, so I'm fine. I got all the obsidian I needed. Okay. That should be enough panes for now. I'll just leave that glass in there. Go and fill the rest of the windows in. I don't know if I want to do the interior or the exterior first. I think I may start with the interior, kind of work my way out. Okay, for the ceiling, we'll do dark oak. We'll make it real simple. Okay, what happened there? But yeah, I really hope this season does pretty good, because last season was alright. Or, last season we were on this world, but I just kind of feel like last season was just a bit stale, bro. Like, just people weren't really doing nothing. And I hope we can get, like, we need really another Chicken Dorito-esque season. Another, Poland trying to eat the world season. We need some stuff to happen. We need just something crazy. Someone that just comes on and just makes everyone angry and everyone's mad, wants to kill them, and they just take over the world. We need something like that to happen. Okay, what did I do for this bed right here? Yeah, I kind of have a headrest. Do I want to do that? I could. I kind of like what I do with the shelves. Like here, I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Like you get slabs, shelves, and then you get the stairs, and you do this. Like you come in, and let me move these back one, and then I put stairs right here. It's like a little headrest. Curve it back here, and then do this, right? So you already kind of have like a bed design right here, but then I finish Rusa, then go on a killing spree. I would love that. And then you have this is kind of a little like big right here. Dude, the season of building stuff has passed, bro. Like, I mean, okay, I want a season of all of it, of building, of killing, of all of it, but there was a minute on the server where, the server was just getting undeveloped for how long it had been going. But, dude, the season of building already happened, and I mean, you gotta realize, a ton got built. Like, the Western continent, buildings popped up there. A lot of the USSR, it doesn't look nice, but a lot of the USSR got expanded. I don't know. This is too big. Like, this is just a really big bed for how small this house is. What if I do this? What if I just, hold on. Or wait, no, I got an idea. Just do that. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks a million times better. I could, how do I feel about that? We gonna let that stand? I guess so. We'll let it slide. All right, we gotta get our 1-2 combo going. Gotta get the chest crafting table combo going. But no, yeah, I mean, listen, we need a season of building. Like, obviously, we need people building. We need conquerors, but we got to a point where we just didn't have any conquerors anymore. Like, we kind of just got to a point where, like, the age of conquest sort of died out. Like, I don't know. Chicken Dorito was really the last person to conquest. Yeah, and I love Cyber, and I don't want to speak ill of anyone that's dead. Obviously have immense respect for Cyber. He did a ton for the server, but Cyber really, in a way, he kind of ushered in an age of just, I don't want to say like corruption, because that sounds really bad. Like, that sounds like I'm talking bad about him. I'm not. But what Cyber did is he did take advantage of when Chicken Dorito quit, there was like a giant power vacuum that happened, right? Okay, bro. You didn't have to say that, bro. All right, bro. Now everyone's going to be going after you, dude. Retract that message quick, bro. Get that message out of here, bro. Your head is going to be on a platter, bro. Nah, but, anyways, what was I going to say? Should we do a shelf right here? I'm kind of tempted. I'm kind of tempted to do like another one of this, but with dark oak or something. Have like a trim going up here. I don't know. I've never really been one that's very big on like interior stuff. I feel like the interior of a house on Minecraft is not really terribly important. I feel like the exterior is really what makes a building a lot better. But anyway, no, back to what I was saying. Like, all respect for Cyber. There was a lot of good. He was a net positive for the server. I really did feel like Cyber did a ton. But the one, I guess, sort of knack I had about Cyber, the one, like, I guess, negative, I feel like, is there was an age of, I guess you could say, corruption ushered in, where, nah, that doesn't look good. Where the server, Mr. Nathan, do the server still have a whitelist? Well, right now we're on a private world right now. So, no, I mean, there's no whitelist on this private world. No, no, no. I mean, this is just like the server is going to be up probably about this weekend. We're going to have the server set up again. But no, this isn't a world right now. I feel like this is solid right here. I put a banner or something right here. Um, I really can't think of anything else because the bed's taking up a lot of space. It's a simple design anyway. We'll let it slide. We'll let it pass. I'm kind of tempted to do this on the outside of all of them. I've been really liking these shelves. I've been taking advantage of them. But back to what I was saying, though, Cyber did kind of usher in, I guess you could say, like an age of just corruption where the server really, like, he consolidated power after Chicken Dorito quit. Like him, You Wished, and a lot of other heavy-hitting PvPers, they took advantage of the power vacuum and they realized, like, no one man could really come close to the just absolute power Chicken Dorito had. So he sort of got like a giant PvP alliance going and just really said, all right, all the best PvPers are on my side. But it wasn't really people that were Chicken Dorito class. Like he sort of ate up all the mid PvPers, like all the mid to high tier PvPers. He sort of got them all on one alliance. So it was like the vast populace was always against Cyberfire, but he had enough power in his hands. But it was like, you really like, just no one was on Chicken Dorito's caliber that could stand up and really beat him. And so it was like, the server did kind of enter this like dark age where it was like, okay, you either join the Soviets and you join the masses that are trying to take Cyber down, or you join, Cyber and you're, fighting against the horde of Soviets that are trying to, survive, I guess you could say. And that sort of is just what server politics became. It just became this like bipolar, you're either on the Soviet Union or you're on Cyberfire's side. And, when Chicken Dorito was still around, you had like sort of the German faction that was doing their own thing. You had, you had the Warsaw Pact, and even Sweden had their own, like thing going on. Like everyone really was taking their own side. And that was really the one thing that I sort of disagree with, that Cyber really made it impossible to take your own side on the server. Like it really did become a very bipolar, like, the USSR is for the people and we're very, we're trying to protect everyone else. And then you have Cyber like eating up the good PvPers. But I do feel like what we really need is we just need someone that is strong enough to not be on the Soviet side, not be on the neo-Japanese side, like, not be on these sides. We just need someone that's strong enough to say, I have a country, I'm going to expand this country, and I'm going to develop this country, and I'm going to make a great nation, and I'm going to do whatever I want, and no one's going to stop me. And, that's really what we need more of. We don't really need more of the Soviet side's getting bolstered, the Japanese side's getting bolstered, the German side's getting bolstered. We more so just need a brand new side entirely where someone just says, I'm coming out the woodwork and I don't bend to politics because, I don't bend to the Japanese side or I don't bend to the Soviets, we just need more independent people, I guess, if that makes any sense. Do the server get reset when it is up from where we left it from? Not really. We switch worlds, Mr. Nathan, but, whatchamacallit, we're on a private world right now because we're going to switch to Java Bedrock. And the process of switching to Java Bedrock just takes a minute, and there's some stuff like plugin wise and, some other logistical issues we got to figure up. So right now we're just playing on a private world, sort of getting everything hyped up and then getting ready for the Java Bedrock, like official release. This is more so, think about this as like the beta release, kind of. That could be me if I call in Cheesetown. 100%, bro. Finish up Russia, go on a killing spree. Dude, do it. Dude, go on the Great Russian killing spree, bro. Okay, what should we do for here? What if we do like a trap door along this? That don't look terrible. I'll mess with that. No, I don't mess with that. Alright. I kind of mess with this, like... Nah. I like this covering a little bit. We'll do that. We'll go mimic it on the backside. No, 100% if you call in Cheesetown, that'd be great. Get a strong Germany going again. Really, Germany, I mean, that's the thing is there was sort of like just a ton of like nations that really, you know, like Poland and Germany even for a minute where it's like they weren't really strong. They just took up space. And I don't know. We just need some strong countries to come back. I mean, you got to think Poland started on an island that was smaller than the USSR's initial starting. It started on the island of Whiteland, this like itty bitty little island where there's just nothing there, and expanded into I think either the largest or the largest empire the server had ever seen. So it's like, yeah, we just need a bit more of, you know, people coming in and just being very nationalistic and being very like, just, you know, not really selling out to any one side, you know. Okay. What should we do for here? Okay, like I'm kind of debating what to do for the front half of this. Like, should we put a window? If we did a window, it would have to be like either up here or like two on the side. I think a window would go a long way though. I think we'll put like two windows right here. We'll do this. I'll copy this design maybe a little bit, but maybe I'll change it up just a hair. What if I do this? Nah, that's gonna look weird. Mm, I could just keep it at that, honestly. Yeah, maybe. No, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the double stair design. I kind of like what I was cooking back there. Hmm. What if I do the? Yo, wait, are we cooking something? Hold on. Are we burning or are we cooking right now? Chat, hold on. Ooh, dude, tell me I'm not like. Listen, okay, what the heck just happened here, bro? Oh, now we need solid stairs. Germany, yeah, Germany's always been a pretty isolationist country, but I don't know. That's the downfall of Germany. Is Germany for all of history had like a ton of power and just never used it. You know? Okay, that just looks weird. Okay, maybe we do a solid block here to keep the pane. Like we do a solid one here to keep the pane going. But or wait, no, wait, no, right here. But we could extend the stair design to go like this. Ooh. Well, okay, now that looks really stupid. My gosh. Wow, that looks like horrible, bro. Ew. I'm like disgusted even looking at this, bro. It's like if these two blocks could like disappear. Like, hold on. Dude, I'm trying to salvage this, bro. I just don't think there really is any Wait, what if we move the window to the middle? Hold on a minute. Maybe that could make it look a little better. If we change up the design, maybe to have it in the middle. Nah, I don't know. I think it's just cooked either way. That sucks. The pane just won't connect there. That really is a shame. If we do a double pane, we do like a nah. I don't know. I think we just gotta give it. We just gotta abandon this design, bro. Well, it's not gonna connect to a fence. No, it won't. That's okay. That's stupid. I think it's just time to pack it up. Call it a day. Well, hold on. Maybe, just maybe, instead of doing a bottom stair, we do this. Could this save it? But it's like this just connecting bit right here. Let me knock this top bit out. Let me see if I can cook right here. I feel like again, it doesn't look bad. The windows are just ruining it right now. Like the windows are just not allowing this to really flourish. Like this, I feel like does not look horrible. Because it's adding some texture. I feel like in a way. Wait. Oh, wait. I got an idea. I got an idea. Hold on. This may save it. This may, chat, I may save the house. What if we just do it like this? So we solidify the windows and then, oh, wait. Yo, I think we solved it. I, I think I solved it. What do you mean I fixed it? Are you talking about the house? Yeah, I think that just solved the problem right there. That is not bad looking. Like, I don't know. Oh, never mind. Probably won't do anything in Russia right now until the server switches to Java. I don't know. I'm taking advantage. I don't know, bro. Like, it's just, dude, oh, it's making me mad. Oh, the Russia tower. Oh, he's talking about the Russia tower. Can we put anything? Well, when we get land claims set up, we'll be able to fix it, and it won't get griefed again. Like you won't have to worry about that. No. Dang, bro, there's just no saving this, dude. I don't know. Maybe the only last ditch thing I could see, put a solid block here. Put a solid block going up. Let me knock the fence down. I swear, this is 90% of like Minecraft just building, is just kind of figuring out very small details. Okay, maybe we gotta collapse this in. Maybe? Okay, well that just looks really stupid. I don't know, I think... Dude, I just don't think it's gonna work. That is sad. That is sad. It's like the design on its own just wasn't terrible. The just dimensions don't really fit. Yeah, that just looks a little, well... hmm. Okay, wait, I think we just saved it. Okay, so that was what we had to do. That actually doesn't look terrible. That, honestly, I think we saved it, chat. I think we saved the structure a little bit. It could have been a lot worse, like not even gonna lie. Alright, so now we gotta kind of texture the front a little bit. I did something right there, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy that, but I'm gonna go up like this, and I think I'll probably invert some of the, like, I think I'll do, like, because I did dark oak right there, I might low-key just put up, like a slab like that or something. Or I could low-key, ooh, wait, hold on. I got an idea. Instead of doing this, what if, because I have the deep slate, or no, oh, no, the roof was, ooh, I could do deep slate, actually, hold on. Hold on a minute. Let me get some tiles. I could, hold on. Am I cooking, bro? Are we cooking, chat? You might want to eventually use the channel image asset I sent you sometime. What does the image asset do? Am I just slow? Okay. I just don't know what that does. Cause an AI, oh, yeah, oh no, dude, that was set up a long time ago. I need to just get rid of that. I'll honestly just have, whatchamacallit, I'll probably just change it to the server map, honestly. That'll be the easiest thing to do. Yeah, no, dude, I remember I was at a Chinese buffet and was just generating images when like AI was first getting popular, and I'm like, bro, this is too peak. I have to make this the server logo. Yeah, that's just what I need to do, is just the map or the globe or. No, you're right about that 100%. Okay, now we have the back. Now we have the back. I don't really pay too much attention to the back of houses. Like, I'm not really a I don't really like the backside as much, like, you know, editing it. I feel like what we could do is we could try and do the stair design we did back there because we're not really going to have like a window back. Or should we have a window? I kind of don't want a window back here, honestly. But we could try and do that. Nah, I don't know. That's just going to make it look a bit too weird, I think. We do need to put some dirt fill right here. Who is this? Obsidian Bear? What's up? Oh, he's in creative. I'm trying to figure out how to save the backside of this. Like, I don't know. The lazy route is... Wait, is that Russian Bear? Wait, what? Hold on. Is that... Was that him? Wait. Chat, was that Russian Bear? What? Bro, that was the original owner of Russia, bro. Dude, what? Actually insane. Oh, it's not him? Oh, okay. For a second, I was thinking it was him. Just some other bear guy. Yeah, I don't know. We could have like kind of a skylight up here. Hold on. Oh, that was an old friend of yours. Okay. Let me get some of the some more oak. Little bit more oak. Not the basilisk guy. Not basilisk. What, you mean Russia? Dude, you're thinking about Thanos. Thanos is chunky, bro. Let me low key. I think dark oak slabs could work pretty good. Either slabs or stairs. Hold on. Let me use my critical thinking skills to figure this out. Okay, gonna get some planks. I think some slabs would work pretty good. Like just do the. Oh wait, okay, not definitely not do that. Like just do this. Maybe. Okay, that looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. And then just have like a lantern or something in the window. We need a pot, honestly, but I don't have any bricks. I don't feel like making any. Nah, you know what? We should do it. Just for the small details is what makes a building, you know. Do I have any bricks in any of these chests? No, I don't think I do. Dude, who even uses clay, bro? Real talk. Develop jungos. Dude, I need to develop the USSR. I need to redevelop the USSR first. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I don't even like. I'm not even trying to toot my own horn on it, bro. What is this? That's neat. There's just like a little drainage pipe thing. I don't even want to toot my own horn. I don't want to say this, but like, I'm not even gonna lie. I have done the most for jungos out of anyone on the server. You just can't even lie, bro. I have done probably the most amount of development. You know, me and Cyber both. You know, you wished like started on something and he didn't really follow through with it. But me and Cyber did more for jungos than anyone on the server. It's like, bro, really now the USSR just needs it. Okay, we'll get those going. I think that's honestly about it for this building then. That's looking solid. If we get the little flower pot put right here, that's not even a bad backside of this. It's not terrible. I'll allow it. We do need to get dirt to fill this in though. So while that's smelting, let's start shoveling. Who sent me a message? Dude, people just sending me reels, bro. I swear, I get sent too many reels. Like, I got too many friends that just are like sending me 10 reels a day, bro. And I'm like, get a life. Not even 10 reels, dude. That's the conservative estimate. That's like on a good day. On a bad day, bro, I swear. Too many unemployed friends. It's always like gay gym memes. It's like me and bro, and it'll be just the gayest meme you've ever seen. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Honestly, this building right here just may need to be completely eliminated. Because like this is just blocking the view of this. The only way I could see this building staying is if this became some sort of like well or fountain or just like some. It has to be a mini build. I don't think this is going to survive as just like a building. It's just like a house, you know. Okay, let's get this filled. Gotta fill this ancient trench in, bro. This thing has been here for like God knows how long. I remember when Seabass got killed in this trench and everyone was trying to ban Seabass. Dude, y'all forget, Seabass used to be the dangerous heart of the ancient era, bro. Everyone used to hate Seabass, bro. Let me tell you. Dude, now everyone loves Seabass. Bro, my gosh. There needs to be like a plugin, or not a plugin, just like an enchantment that's like a reach enchantment. Like it just increases the reach of the player. Can't tell you how many times I've had like skeletons and just like crap or you know, I'm like fighting a mob and it's just like, bro, I need more reach, you know. Okay, that's solid. That is solid. I'm proud of this, you know. Like, because I mean, you got to think these are a million times better than what's here. You know, the quality is just. I've gotten a lot better at building. I feel like we're going up in the world, and now we need something to actually put in the flower pot. Okay, so we'll do a little flower pot right there. I don't know. It's like it's the USSR. It's like what flower would go good there? Because you know you got to think about something that's like cold hardy. I could just try and get like a birch sapling. Do I even have any saplings on me? I have an oak sapling, baby. Yeah, I don't know. Who cares? There we go. All right. That will do, I guess, for this house then. I don't know. Something's calling to me at the backside, but I'm not going to give in to my urge. I don't want to spam just a ridiculous amount of stuff on here. I think it's solid. I think a USSR banner or two would, you know, sort of complete it. And boom, house done. So now we got to move. Oh, we got more grass in here? Oh, that's sick. Okay, so now we got to pick another building to redo. Just before the stream ends, we'll get one more thing done. You know, before the night is still young. What should we do? What do we think? Like, what are we feeling, chat? You know, what building are we feeling? I'm kind of tempted to just completely demolish this one because this one's just such in an awkward spot. A fountain wouldn't really go good in the USSR. It's snow. It's like, wouldn't a fountain freeze? Like, I don't know. It may ruin the aesthetic of it. I could put an ice fountain in the middle. I could have like like some ice statue or something. I think that's what I'll do. I'm not going to do it on this stream because that's just a bit more like intricate and it'll take me a little longer to figure out. But I think before the stream ends, yeah, like an ice fountain will look nice. I think before the stream ends, I'm going to demolish this house and then at least redo one more. So Stalingrad is missing a dedicated, like, I think technically that was supposed to be the like storage unit for Stalingrad. This building I just redid over here. So we have the Stalingrad library. Like, and you know, this thing doesn't look terrible. I do want to sort of redecorate the outside of this. Because this is just a bit, like, again, this is a way better looking building than the rest. But this definitely does need to be redecorated, like, on the outside. Needs more slabs, just needs a bit more work done, you know? But this is the Stalingrad storage, like, building right here. Or it was supposed to be, but it's like, it's just a bit too far from Stalingrad, you know? I don't know. Maybe. I think, like, to upgrade this city fully, we really need, because, like, this is supposed to be a separate city, and then this is supposed to be a separate city, but we low-key just need a bit more in between. Like, I think we need just one or two more buildings, but we're not going to redo. Like, we need to redo before we start getting on to new stuff. An ice fountain would be pretty nice. Should we just redo the furnace building? I think that may be what we end up doing. Could turn it into like a little stone furnace house. Yeah, stream delay is pretty bad, not gonna lie. Hmm. I don't know, this enchanting building also does need to be redone. But I kind of got an idea for that. Okay. So I think we'll redo that building first. Let me put some of this up. Some of these planks and everything up. Or I'll just go put it in the storage building, actually. Okay, that's what we need to do first. We need to just redo the storage building. Or not redo it, wait, what am I saying? Need to empty our stuff into the storage building. Okay, and then we just reuse all the old parts. We just come here and have it all stored here. There we go, solid. Solid. I think actually, chat, I know I said I was going to keep the stream going. I may end the stream and get in a voice chat with the server. Because there is a bit of stuff I do want to discuss with people on the server. So yeah, that's probably what I'll do right now. I'm probably gonna end the stream and then we'll move over to the Discord and we'll just kind of start discussing stuff there because there is a bit of stuff like regarding borders and everything I need to discuss. That like I was just thinking about that. But anyways, all right. Well, I will go ahead and see y'all in the next stream. I'm gonna go over and hop into server VC. So again, if y'all want to join the server again, link is in the description. Join the Discord. I'll coordinate with you there. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.